This is how you're going to start your Gyotaku fish print. The first thing I want you to do is to make a sketch of a design that you would like to use for your printmaking. You're going to take a sheet of white paper and you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in half one more time. Now each piece of the paper is about the same size as this piece of styrofoam. The styrofoam is going to be your print plate, so set it aside for now. But when you're ready, you will be transferring the design you draw on this paper onto your print plate. So the first thing that you have to have in your Gyotaku design is a frame. So I'm going to trace the edges of the paper, the space where I'm going to make my fish sketch. And I really want it to look like a frame. If you guys want perfectly straight lines for your frame, go ahead and use the edge of your styrofoam as a ruler. This way you can make perfectly straight lines. And I'm just gonna make more lines inside that frame. And maybe I'll do some cross hatching. You can make your frame however you want. If you want to put circles in there or wavy lines, whatever kind of designs you want to put. Now, the next thing you want to do after you create your frame is draw your fish. You can look at Google image search to find different types of fish that you like. You may look at those pictures to help you draw your own fish. You can do a fish from your imagination. It's up to you, but the fish should take up most of the space that's empty. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw one just from my memory. Let's see how this will look. Okay, that's okay for a start. And then I'm going to add some texture, so I might add a pattern to make scales. I might add a fin, and I might add scales on that fin. The fish might have gills, so I'm going to put a gill right here, another gill. Maybe there's a fin on top. Maybe that's got scales. And then now in the background, I might just add some bubbles or some seaweed, just something to make the background a little more interesting. Maybe I'll just add a pattern. All right, so that's what you're gonna do today. Now, if you don't like this fish that you did, you have 3 more spaces where you can have 3 more tries at making a design you like. Now, when you're finished and you found a design that you wanna use, you're gonna take your print plate and you're gonna stick it underneath your picture. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna trace it. I like using a ballpoint pen for this part. The pen isn't a marker. It's got like a hard end to it. So if you can find a ballpoint pen around the house, that will make your job a lot easier. If you can't, a pencil will work just fine. So the next step is I'm gonna engrave the image of the fish onto the print plate. So I'm gonna trace what I did. And as I press down, what's happening is I'm pressing into the print plate. I might not trace my frame. I might add that later, just because my paper is slightly a different size than the print plate. I might want to do that separately. But I have the frame in my sketch just to remind me that that's a detail that I need to have. Now, if your pen runs out of ink, that's okay, because again, we just want the pressure of using that pen to trace so that the image becomes engraved onto the styrofoam. Okay, so this is probably pretty good. Oh, I can see it. This looks good. So I don't know if you can see the engraving. You can kind of see that I've traced it on there. Now, to make sure that it's deep enough, I'm going to trace on my fish. I want it to be just a little bit more engraved. So again, I'm going to use that ballpoint pen. I'm going to trace it one more time. It might work pretty well just the way it is, just like it is, but I don't want to take any chances. And I know if I'm careful and I engrave this again, that it'll look really great when I do my print. But it's nice to do your sketch and then trace your sketch because you only have 2 sheets of foam printmaking material. So you want to be careful. You don't want to waste it because we can use it again for another printmaking activity. You can also use a pencil for this part. A pencil will work. Okay, now I'm gonna add my frame.